honestly. Anyways, I drew this girl. Fucked up her midsection real bad. But we persist.
Losing someone sucks.
So I'm going through a breakup. And as an optimistic girly who loves a silver lining, but also a super emotional, messy bitch, I'm wavering between blood-curdling crying meltdowns and pure unadulterated blissful productivity. Because while it feels like my heart's been ripped out of my chest, there are a lot of benefits to breakups that I'm latching onto like a desperate baby mammal looking for the teat of all life's answers. One benefit is that it pushes you to rapidly change and get to know yourself. I'm someone that values that a lot, so I'm excited to see who I'll become. Although I'll miss the little interactions of asking for input and getting reassurance and all like blah 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 blah, the feeling of making decisions and being sure in myself again will be nice. Like, should I finance a $4,000 camera at 0% interest? Or is that incredibly irresponsible right now? I don't know, but stay tuned to figure out when I do. Another silver lining is that sad music is hitting so much harder than it used to. You know what I mean? Feels terrible and great, and like I might die sometimes, and it's beautiful. Yeah. Every breakup unlocks new understandings of old music, and it sucks. But it's also like kind of beautiful and interesting. And you know, if you compartmentalize how you feel and just analyze, you can enjoy, you know, the interest of, I don't know what I'm saying. If you're wondering how I'm doing, I'm not doing well, but I am doing my best. And you should be proud of me. One piece of advice I can give you if you're going through a breakup is do not play Outer Wilds with them at the end of your breakup, knowing that you're going to break up as like your last I love you goodbye, let's do this thing together, because Outer Wilds is such a beautiful game. After you finish it, you're going to ponder and you're going to theorize and you're going to have so many thoughts and feelings about the game, and guess what? You're going to have no one to talk to about it. No one. You were stuck with yourself and your thoughts, unless you have other friends who have played it, and I do not. I'm going crazy. I'm going insane. Like objectively going crazier. And it's probably not helping that I'm like cooped up in my apartment alone for so long and so full of caffeine, and also not doing any substances because like I'm a good girl now. I don't do drugs. I'm talking about nicotine and weed, by the way. Everything else is up for grabs. I don't know. I'm kidding. So anyways, how have you guys been? You know? I think something that I'm good at is siphoning my pain into art, which is why I have such a strange relationship with my creativity. The fact that I'm creative for work is a pain, but you know, making art and being an artist is much easier when I'm struggling, which is honestly very interesting and beautiful because it is a clear indicator that art and creating were huge coping mechanisms for me and still are. So really it's just about rebuilding the relationship that I have with creation, where I can do it even when I'm happy. You know, I hate the idea that like you have to suffer to be an artist, but like honestly, the more I get to know myself and the more I grow, it kind of feels like that, you know, because this is how we express ourselves. This is how we make ourselves feel better. This is our coping mechanisms. This is how we, you know, survive the world. But yeah, I guess the life lesson in the illustration that I'm making here is like, if you mess up, you know, like you don't have to completely restart from the beginning. Just, you know, just be a multimedia artist and cover up the mistake and just pretend like it didn't even happen, and like you are peachy keen perfect in everything that you do, and you don't ever have to worry about, you know, messing up, because you don't do that. You don't mess up. You learn and you pivot. There is no such thing as messing up. Only learning and pivoting. I was actually talking about this with a friend the other day about how people have like a very strange relationship with failure, and they won't even try because they have perfectionism built into them, into their systems. And I think once upon a time I felt like that as well. I'm very grateful about the fact that I learned at a very young age that failure is like a beautiful form of success in itself, because without failing there is no learning. You cannot improve as a person without failing at some point. So for a big part of my life and now, really love and appreciate failure. And, you know, I'm still insecure sometimes. I'm not perfect. But you gotta be a fool. You gotta look like a fool to get anywhere in life. Whether that's your career or your relationships or, I don't know, being too scared to go to the gym and going anyway, you know? Like, you have to be scared. No, you have to be okay with the feeling of embarrassment. You have to be okay with feeling like a fool. You have to be okay with these feelings to ever be the person you want to be in the future. So I royally mess up the proportions on her face and it immediately discourages me, but then I trek on, you know? I know that I have these tools in my belt that make it so all my efforts didn't go to waste, you know? I didn't just abandon it. I turned it into a piece that I was actually proud of and I enjoyed looking at, and it brings me dopamine to see every time I open my sketchbook. You know, that's a cool skill to have. The ability to mess up and change direction and be proud that you got to a destination that wasn't initially where you wanted to go, but it was just as beautiful. And this is a metaphor. This is like literally a metaphor. And a thought that I've had recently is that is what makes someone a good artist in almost any field, to be honest. Like, the ability to adapt, to change. Like, if you think about a chef, if they make something and something's off, doesn't taste right, they have the tools to know, oh, well, this is too salty, so let me put a little sugar in it. Or like, it's too fatty, let's put some acid. There's like knowledge to know how to fix it if something goes awry. I had this thought when I was doing my makeup, because I think that I'm good at doing my makeup, not because I'm just like baseline good at doing makeup. I think I'm good at doing my makeup because I'm good at fixing my mistakes when I mess up. Like my eyeliner, I do not do my eyeliner thinking that I'm going to do it perfectly when I put it on my face, all right? I have a specific brush and a specific technique I use to clean it up afterwards because I know that's the only way I'm going to get it to look right. This is the part of the sketchbook spread where I start to get more whimsical. I used to do this free drawing, Peter Draws-esque thing where I just make it up as I go, pulling from a fantastical place in my mind rather than pulling from a reference.
And in fact, I'm also making this content to kind of force myself to take better care of myself, so yeah, feel free to join me.
I've come to find that the sketchbook spreads I like the most are the ones where I'm loose with my colors and use pattern and shapes to make it feel cohesive. So here you'll see I'm starting to paint again, but it's like background parts just to make it feel like it makes more sense. Because before it felt like the background colors I laid down and drew on top of weren't working with the colors I'd chosen for like the creature and the girl. So it's interesting because I started this video talking about my life and how I felt, and as the video has continued, I just can feel myself shut down. And yeah, now I'm just talking about my process as if I really have a process, and really my process is just sitting down and just doing it and hoping for something. Really, at the end of the day, life is beautiful. Just like this old gouache palette, I resurrected it and it's like brand new. And it's going to be well loved again. I will be well loved again. I'm a very optimistic girl. I love a silver lining. Every low point is a lesson and turns us into better people, better friends, better partners, better family. And I'm very grateful to call this life mine. Yes. Here's the finished spread. Thank you so much for watching and making it this far, and for listening to my little piece of life. I wasn't fully satisfied with this, so I went back in to add shadows. And overall, I'm very proud of how the spread turned out. Little reminder to, never lose your whimsy. Bring to life that fantastical part of you. Never stop trying, never stop failing. Keep pushing. All right, I love you. See you next time.